Hi, my name is Cal. Today it's a beautiful December day. Uh, just finished running 7 miles outside, and I'm a little tired, and I'm sure I'm a little scruffy looking, but it was a great time. I'm so glad I could do it today. I want to tell you this story of how my life has changed relating to my physical condition, and that spills over into all areas of my life over the last couple of years. In January 2019, I was 62 years old. I weighed 325 pounds. I found it hard and uncomfortable to move much. I hated the way that I looked. I hated the clothes I had to buy. I hated getting on an airplane and trying to squeeze into one of the seats. I hated having to ask for an extension belt because the normal belt wasn't big enough for me. There was a lot I didn't like about that. My weight wasn't just a question of how I looked, but it really affected many parts of the quality of my life. Well, I've tried over the years many ways to lose weight, and nothing really worked. I probably hold the world's record for flunking out of Weight Watchers the most times. It's really a good program if you do it, but I couldn't do it more than about 10 days at a time. And so I never made a significant loss through Weight Watchers. And frankly, I was almost at the point of saying, there's nothing I can do. But for some reason, in January of 2019, I gave it one more try. So I was lucky that the company I worked for had a fitness center in their headquarters, and I was able to use that. So one day in January, I very cautiously and tentatively walked in, and I didn't know what much of the equipment was or what I was supposed to do, but I saw a treadmill and I knew you were supposed to walk on that, and I was pretty sure I knew how to walk. So I walked for about 15 minutes and then called it a day, and then I came back the next time. And the next time I was fortunate enough to meet one of the coaches there, Terry Gerke from Balanced Wellness. And Terry and I hit it off wonderfully from the very beginning. I'm sure she could have looked at me and said, he's never going to come across and make any gains. He'll be here for about 3 weeks and then he'll give up and I'll never see him again. That's not the way it happened. From the beginning, Terry encouraged me. She gave me suggestions and ideas on what to do. She praised me when I accomplished things, and when I was struggling, she praised me for not giving up. One of the things that I appreciated so much about Terry is that she never came and said, "This is my program, so you have to follow it." Instead, we talked, we listened, we discussed. Obviously, she knew what to do far better than I do. That's what she does. But I knew some things that I could do and that I couldn't do, some things that might work and some things that I knew wouldn't work. So together we put together a plan, and lo and behold, I started to feel better. I started to exercise more, and before long, I started to lose weight because Terry, after about 2 or 3 weeks, saw I was trying and consistent, but I was losing just a little bit at a time. And in a very kind and gentle way, Terry said, and I remember her very words, she said, "Cal, what you're doing is great and it's a wonderful start. But if you're really serious about losing weight and getting into a fit condition, you have to learn to change the way that you eat too." So that was on to the next step, and we figured out a way that worked for me. And suddenly I began to lose weight, not just a little bit at a time and fairly quickly and in a healthy way. No drugs, no surgery, no weird diet shakes. I ate real food, healthy food. I wasn't hungry, but I did have to learn some things to stay away from, some things that were better and some things that were worse. I also had to learn how to control portions, that uh, if something was good, it didn't mean you got to eat twice as much, but I was never hungry. I was able to follow this because I was eating real food, normal meals, and it worked. And, by the end of 2019, instead of weighing 325 pounds, I weighed about 165 pounds. So what's that, about 70 pounds that I'd lost? And then as I moved into 2020, I wanted to continue because I still knew I had a lot more weight to lose. And so I continued to do that. Somehow and truly inadvertently, I signed up to do a half marathon. Well, somehow when I signed up, I thought I was signing up for a 5K, and I thought, I can do 5K right now. Then I learned that I had signed up to do 13 miles, not a 5K. I asked Terry if I was stupid for doing it, and she said, no, you're brave. And so Terry worked with me and helped me learn to do it and to make progress, showed me things that I needed to do to improve. And gradually I was able to do that. Now, because of COVID, I didn't get to run in my half marathon. That's is something I'll get to do in April of 2021 finally. But I've run 13 miles in practice. I've run 12 miles several times in practice. I've run 10 miles several times in practice. And today I just finished running 7 miles. I had to buy new walking shoes, running shoes that is, because I had 400 miles since February on my old running shoes, and that's about what they're good for. They weren't as helpful anymore. And as I continued to exercise and follow a healthy but normal eating pattern, I kept losing weight. So right now my weight is about 230 to 235 pounds. What that means is I've lost about 100 pounds in almost 2 years. And I'm still not done. I have to do a lot more yet. But that's just unimaginable to me. And I owe so much of it to the help and encouragement and the knowledge and the wonderful spirit of Terry. She has just been an incredible gift and blessing to me, and so willing to help in so many different ways, and so willing to accommodate to what would work for me instead of making me fit into what she did. So I encourage you, if you get the chance to work with Terry and be part of some of her programs, I sure take advantage of it. I still am right now too. Thanks for listening. Bye.